Printable that's available in my resource library at hasslefreesavings.com. This is a great way to just get your irregular bills organized so that you can budget a set amount each month and know that you have enough to pay for those bills once they come due. My name's April and I blog at hasslefreesavings.com, where I show people like you how to save money, save time, and get organized. If this is the kind of content you're interested in, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. The way that this form is laid out, you have January through December. You have a spot for the bill to be filled in, as well as the amount and the day it's due. So let me show you how I'd fill this out. I'm going to go over 4 sample bills. The first one is going to be car insurance. And let's say that that one is due in June and December. Now what I like to do is just fill in a little corner for June and December, showing that's when the bill's due. Now we're currently in the month of April, so I'm going to start in May, assuming that I've already made my budget for April. So if I were to start the sinking funds in May, that's how I'll budget what amount. So at the top I'm just putting the year, and then this will be 2021 over here. So this is assuming that this sinking fund breakdown is going to start in May. Now car insurance, I pay $672.18, so I'm going to go ahead and round that to the nearest dollar, and I pay that on the 14th. Now that's just for me to keep an idea. I know that if it's the 14th, that's the 14th of June and the 14th of December that bill comes due. So we're in April, we're going to start in May, and that means in May I have to budget either I can choose $672 or 1/2 of that. So because the bill's due on the 14th, I know that I get paid on the 1st and the 15th, so I'll have at least 2 full May paychecks and 1 June paycheck to cover this amount. So I'll go ahead and split that between the 2 months. So $672 is $336 each month. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months until the next one's due. Again, it's due on the 14th, so I can go ahead and include that month if I want. So 6 months until it's due again, which means I'll take that $672 divided by 6 and know that if I budget $112 each month, I'll have enough to pay for this bill in December. And that will keep occurring. So now that I've got caught up here in June, it's just going to be $112 each month from then on. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one for me is propane, and it's due typically sometime in October. It's not an actual fixed amount, it's just that the propane tank holds about 250 gallons, and I typically run out around October. So I save a little bit each month, and because there's not an exact amount due, what I typically do is use my last bill amount. So my last bill amount was $330, and since it's April now, so my first month that I'll be saving is in May, I'm going to go ahead and do $330 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's $55 per month that I should save to be able to pay for the propane. Now theoretically, after I pay for it in October, I shouldn't have to fill it again for another year. So I can take that $330, divide it by 12, and going forward, I just need to save about $27.50 per month for that. So I'll just put in 28. Because I like to budget in whole numbers. That's completely up to you if you want to use whole numbers or you want to use exact cents. The next one that I have is my life insurance. And I don't know exactly how much this one is. Obviously you want to look up the exact amounts before you start filling in this sheet, but I think it's around $112. It's due in July on the 6th. And so for that 112, I have May, June, and July, 3 months. $37.33. So I'll just do 38. And then after that, I'll divide by 12. And going forward, it's just going to be $9.30 a month. So I'll put aside 10. And that way when it comes due again, I'll be sure that I have enough to pay for it. And the last example I want to give is property taxes. Let's say that those are $13.12, and property taxes are due in April and September. Assuming they've already been paid for April, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to save. $13.12 divided by 5, $262, so $263. And then going forward, that's every 6 months, so $13.12 divided by 6. $218, so $219. And then you continue along, filling out all the way down. One of the things you'll see is that down at the bottom there's a total column, and you can use that to add up what your monthly sinking fund categories amount to for that month. So for example, for May, $692. I know that that's the same in June. And then in July, this one went down to $112. So it's going to be $468. And then again, this one goes down. So it's going to be $440. And then we kind of stay the same here. And then this one goes down. So that's going to be $440. $396, and then $369, and there on out each month is $369. And that assumes nothing else gets added. So we can see, because when we first get started with our sinking funds, we have a little bit of catching up to do. So that amount is really high. But as the months go along and we start to get caught up on our sinking funds, now that we're saving a little bit each month, finally it gets down to $369 per month that we need to save in order to stay caught up with our bills. So that explains how to use this sinking funds breakdown sheet. I hope that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave them in the comments below. And you can get this printable for free at hasslefreesavings.com by signing up for our resource library.